We are leaving from the little village of Braithwaite, and we're going to start with the climb of Barrow, hopefully traverse along to the next Wainwright Fell Outerside, and then come back down again, possibly a half-day walk, that's all. About 5 miles, 2 fells, just another fairly easy walk. So from here in Braithwaite we just follow the road until we find a track. It's quite a busy little road, so we'll leave it until we find the path up. There we are outside the village shop in Braithwaite, and we're heading up this lane here by pretty little beck rippling down. Morning. Quite a lot of water about at the moment. We've had a lot of rain earlier in the week, so all the becks are full. It's pretty. That's a nice way to enter your garden, over the bridge. Lovely. And there's the beck cascading down from the hillside. It looks like our path heads up here. I'm just going to check the map and pause. So we've already had a bit of a steep climb, even while still in the village. From here we can look down over Braithwaite and across to Keswick. It's about 3.5 miles to Keswick. We decided not to drive here because it's a small, narrow, streeted village and parking might have been a problem. We were going to catch a bus, but as seems to happen to us every time, the buses are just confused and late, so there was a taxi. It only cost the same as a bus for 2 of us, so we hopped in a taxi for the 3.5 miles out here to Braithwaite. So once we've finished, we'll be able to hopefully get a drink down in Braithwaite, either at the Coaldale Inn or the Royal Oak, and then we'll walk back to Keswick. Skiddaw is shrouded in cloud this morning, but over to Bleaberry Fell and High Raise, I think it is, High, anyway, the next one along there are nice and clear, and that small mound in the middle of the valley there, that's Great Mel Fell, which we drove past yesterday. To the left of that we have Lattrig, and then you can see the edge of Blencathra round to Lonscale Fell, Jenkin Hill, Skiddaw Little Man and Skiddaw both covered in cloud right now, but ahead of us is the route up to Barrow, or Causey Pike if you prefer, which we've done. That's a lovely walk. Both can be accessed from up here. So that was a breather because that hill was a bit steep coming out of the village. All the while we're climbing. Look at that view once more, and pause till a little further along. Right, now we're out of Braithwaite. We just followed the road till it became this track, and now we're out into the open, and that ahead of us is Barrow. So before we summit Barrow, we're heading to Outerside, a further Wainwright peak. We'll bag that and return via Barrow and back down that path on the ridgeway there back down to Braithwaite. So it's a nice gentle climb at the moment up this track, and it was only yesterday that I went up Gowborough. Say it right, it's Gowborough. I went up there and little bit stiff this morning. It's the first proper hill I've done all year, so the idea of today is to keep going and wear it off. We'll get higher, we've got more and more views, and the sun keeps poking through. There's quite a cool breeze today, a bit windier than yesterday. I expect we'll feel it on the top there, but down this little lane at the moment is quite sheltered. Right, onwards and upwards. Right, we're even further up the track now, just beginning to see Bassenthwaite there on the left. There's Braithwaite down below, and the valley between Derwentwater and Bassenthwaite, rising up to the mighty Skiddaw, still shrouded in cloud. Seems to have come down a bit lower. It feels like it might rain, but then again it is rather blustery, so heading up to that peak on the right and then going down the col just between, that's Outerside on the right, and going down that col and up to the top of Barrow. The peak behind, I'm not quite sure if that's Causey Pike or Sale, because Causey Pike, when viewed from Derwentwater, has what I call a very significant knob on the top of it, a lump, which viewed from a different angle might not look quite as prominent, but I don't think it is. I think actually Causey Pike's over there. Easy to lose your bearings when you're out here. Anyway, a couple of runners coming towards us, so I'll pause again. I've checked the map and that is not Outerside, that's actually Stile End. I believe the next peak along, that's Outerside. So we're skirting around the edge of Stile End to reach Outerside, and over there with a misty top is Grisdale Pike, and the road there back down to Braithwaite leads to the mine, the old Force Crag mine, which is just visible, just coming into view down there at the bottom of Coaldale House. So it's not quite as steep as I thought, but it is going to be steep and it looks a bit rockier, so I'll press on. So we're a bit further on now, not much, but the wind, which is blowing in our faces, is actually working in our favour because it's blowing some nice weather our way. Force Crag mine down there, illuminated in sunlight, and all of the Coaldale Valley there, nice and sunny, shining down on Braithwaite, and all that claggy weather is blowing over to the east. It'll probably even clear Skiddaw, give it a couple of hours or so, but right now we have some blue sky coming our way and the first summit's a little bit closer. So not even an hour has passed, just a few minutes, and already the top of Skiddaw is almost clear, as is the top of Blencathra, and looking round you can see across to Whinlatter, a lovely walk we did a year ago, and Grisdale Pike, that also is clear, and there's lovely cloudy patches of sunlight on the fell side. So it's turned into a really nice day so far, and that is a stupendous view, so I'm just going to catch a still of that as well. Well, in the Lake District you get all the seasons in the space of an hour sometimes. We've had summer, summer's now moved on over towards Helvellyn. That's Causey Pike right there. I thought it was. It does look different from this angle. I think that path, that strong path coming back down, is our route down, and there's Outerside, which we're about to climb across there to the right. Okay, bit of a climb ahead, off we go. Well, here we are, the final steep, slightly rocky approach to Outerside, looking round to Causey Pike, over across to the Helvellyn range, and that nearest peak just there, that's Barrow. That's our route back. Looking round, Skiddaw getting cloudy again, and the lower reaches of Grisdale Pike. Grisdale Pike's still cloud free. It's quite sheltered here. I think it's going to be very windy on the top, so not the place for lunch. Just that last little bit to the top. Off we go. Very nearly at the top. Just climbed up the last steep rocky bit and rewarded with a wonderful view. There's Braithwaite, over in the distance Keswick. There's Derwent Water with Cat Bells just to the right there, so we're higher than Cat Bells. That's Causey Pike. There's two people on top of there. That's a lovely walk up there. And looking across to Barrow in the centre, across there to Winlatter, and over to Grisdale Pike, which doesn't look so intimidating from here. If I remember rightly, the last bit is quite steep, and I got pinned to the rucksack. You can see Blencathra as well from here. Lovely. It's very windy, so I might not get a video on the actual summit. If I do, it might be just wind noise. It's a little bit to go. So here we are on the summit. I'm recording this after the event. It was so windy. You can see that cable flapping around. That was actually my microphone cable, and it must have blown it clean out of my phone, so I didn't get any commentary. I also didn't get any commentary on this next clip. This is looking down to Force Crag Mine, below Coaldale House. So unknown to me, my microphone was still disconnected at this point, so I'm dubbing this in later. We've come down Outerside and we had to cross a bog, and my feet are soaking. These boots, it seems, are letting in water somewhere, not good. So we've come down, back into this nice dry, very clear path, lovely path, and that's going to take us to Barrow, where we can see the path at Barrow from here. So we've got to climb and a descent of Barrow and then back down to Braithwaite. We've been very lucky. The wind has kept off. Haven't yet found a sheltered spot to eat our sandwiches. I'm thinking once we get round into the lee of Outerside, we might find a rock or something to sit on. But I'm always getting left behind, so I better jog on. A bit further on this rocky track. Apologies if this is uneven. Once again today, like yesterday, I've not bothered with the gimbal, and I certainly have needed my hands a couple of times. The final section of Outerside wouldn't be a scramble to anyone else but me. My short legs that won't bend properly, so hands were needed on the rock a couple of times. Also just balancing. Footing's been slipped. thing about this fell walking game, it sure gives you an appetite. So we've come round in a full circle now. There's Outerside and the path up, and there's the stony path back round the edge of Outerside, and we've now come back round this Causey Pike to rejoin this wet and sometimes boggy path that's going to take us to Barrow. We joined this path earlier on. We've just got to follow it again across the bog for a while. It's very, very squelchy. Barrow, which is just ahead there. I got lost back there. We were supposed to join the path that we came out on, but only for a very short time. So we squelched through a bog, realised we'd gone the wrong way, turned back to find this path, and had to squelch back through the bog. And it's not a good day to find out that your boots are letting in water. Okay, so a little bit of a step down here. Lovely view. I'm just going to pause so I can negotiate these rocks. So we found a nice little sheltered spot to sit and eat our sandwich just on that rock there. It was quite comfy, warmed in the sun, and we're looking across there to Causey Pike. Down at the bottom there, that green valley down there is Newland Valley, and the hill just behind it is Catbells. That area, for Beatrix Potter fans, is the home of Mrs. Tiggy Winkle. She came from Littletown Farm, and I think that might be Littletown Farm down there. I'm not entirely sure, but that's Catbells there, that range. And this is Barrow, and we're going up. Getting closer to the top now. The wind's picking up. It's a very easy path. Very pleasant. It's a lot drier than mostly drier than the paths we've had today. Some rocky steps there, like this section, but nothing at all arduous really. Even so, I am panting like a broken-winded cart horse. Anyway, there we have Braithwaite Lake, Skiddaw, and down in the bottom there, Braithwaite. And once we've got to the top of here, it'll be sharply downhill into Braithwaite, and I hope the pub's still open. So here we are, on the summit of Barrow, and wow, was it worth the climb or what? Just look at that. Over there, there's Keswick. You can see along Derwent Water to Catbells. Hill. we'll call it Blueberry Hill. And beyond that, Clough Head, Barrow Dodd. Can't remember the other Dodd. Starling Dodd, Helvellyn, Dollywagon Pike. All the way around. Gorgeous. Right. Leave you with that view. Just a quick view now as we descend. You can really see up the Newlands Valley there, down the side of Catbells and across Derwentwater and to Keswick and Skiddaw. Beautiful. So I'm going to have to get going. Down we go. Well, I'm gradually descending now. Out of the wind a bit. There's Braithwaite bathed in sunlight, all the white houses shining away. There's across to Keswick, slightly more cloudy over there. This has been a very pleasant descent, actually, one of the better ones I've ever done. Sometimes they can be really painful for me on the knees, but this one, not too bad at all. There's some rocky steps, by which I mean rocks really, stepping down, not actual steps. There's some rocky steps and some grassy slopes, and you can really pick your route. You can either go grassy or rocky. It's not too bad at all. As usual, of course, I've been left behind, but then I'm used to that because I'm slow out. I take it at my own pace and love it every moment. Beautiful. Some more people coming up now. Just over here, into the Newlands Valley. Oops, looks like I'm talking to myself, so pause. This bit's very pleasant. Just a broad grassy path, it's quite steep in places. As I say, jog about. But dry and soft, so if you slip, you shouldn't hurt much. And I do slip quite a lot. Close down now. There's Braithwaite. I can see the pub from here. Oh, about this time on a walk, you start to think about a pub. Now I've got to find my way down a bit of a drop. Nothing really. It's pretty well stepped. There we go. Head down. Oops. So it's very rocky and bumpy. I don't know if the gimbal would help, but as I said with the walk I filmed yesterday, it would probably be a bit of a hindrance, and it's extra kit to carry. And I do carry enough as it is. I mean, what have I got in here apart from waterproof jacket and leggings? Warm mid-layer, which I am wearing now, woolly hats, rain hats, gloves, food, drink, maps, GPS, whistle, emergency blanket, one of those foil ones, emergency bivvy, a really lightweight bivvy, in case you happen something on, should get benighted, hand torch, head torch, Wainwright book. It's a bit like the Generation game, this. What else have I got? Shiwi, if you know what one of those is. Trowel, if you know what I need that for. If you don't ask. That's about it. But I'm well kitted out. All eventualities are covered, even on a short walk like this, because you don't know if you turn an ankle, can't continue on, you can't carry your own weight, and you need mountain rescue to come and put you in one of the little red cocoons, then you need to keep warm. You can soon get hypothermia, hence the emergency blanket and the emergency bivvy, both which are really light. So, well kitted out, even for what I would just class as a bimble, really. Anyway, once again, of the Pines, and I'm going to have a little rant because that Pines was always a Jennings Snecklifter, the most amazing beer there is, and they've stopped making it. They have stopped brewing Snecklifter. It's insane. I mean, if you go on the Jennings brewery page, there's every post that they put up. Someone has put, bring back Sneck, including me. I mightily Facebook bombed them since I found out it was one of our true pleasures was arriving in Keswick and getting snecked, as we call it. But even like down here at the Royal Oak, we knew the Royal Oak had lovely food and Snecklifter, but no. And what's it been replaced with? Hobgoblin. Well, Hobgoblin's quite nice, but they seem to have got this watery version. In fact, in the George, it was a vinegary version. It tasted off. Not happy. We've actually, every night, drank in Wetherspoons. Now that's a big no-no in Keswick for us, but we have, because they're the only place that's had a decent dark beer. Terrible, shameful. What are Jennings thinking of? Anyway, that's my rant. That's my beer rant. As I walk along, hope there's no one behind me. No one behind me. There we go. A bumpy walk downhill with the pub in sight. Looks like we might be going up a cliff. Surely not. Where's the path? I mean, find the path. There's the path. Right, that's enough ranting and rambling. I can see the end of the path. That's Braithwaite Lodge down there. That's where our path goes to the road. And that red rucksack's Tom, so better not keep him waiting any longer. So here I am, just about back down to Braithwaite, on this side of Tom. I might be sheltering under these trees because it has just started to rain, which is incredible, really. We did that walk mostly in sunshine. Although there is the small matter of just under 3 miles back to Keswick from here, so maybe by the time we've sheltered in the pub for half an hour, the rain might have passed. If not, we'll just have to put waterproofs on and trudge back. I'll get a bus, either way. It's all good. It's been fantastic. Really good walk. I'm hoping I'll find him the other side of this gate. So that's just about the end of it, really.